Hello, I'm your mortgage lender Rob, and welcome to 10 Minute Tuesday. This is a live and recorded video I host every few weeks where I share real estate and mortgage news, tips, hacks, and updates in 10 minutes or less. If you want to be updated and notified by email when I have my next one, it's about once a month. You can sign up on our website, link in the description. Q&A at the end, so if you are attending this live, drop your questions now or later on, and we will tackle those later on. The topic today is 5% down conventional loan changes. First up, though, talk about a quick rate update. And current rates right now, we've seen rates have come down a lot since October. So October 26th was the actual peak, and that's when everyone believed the Fed pivoted. And you can see this chart here. We're back at rates similar to June of 2023. We're back in the 6.6% range. And for FHA, a little bit lower than that. So the reason for this is the Fed is expected to cut rates later on this or spring in March. So everyone rates have fallen in anticipation of that. The big news is rates aren't going to fall if rates get cut. What is going to happen, what's going to make rates fall more is what the Fed says after those rate cuts. So we'll see what happens after their meeting. So other than that, stay tuned. But topic today is conventional multifamily changes. This is something that went into effect in November of 2023, and I'm starting to see it happen. I'm starting to see it go into effect now more and more as buyers are applying for these and using these loans. So a quick summary of what happened. Previously, you had to put at least 15 to 25% down when buying a multifamily property if you're using a conventional loan. For this reason, FHA was a really common alternative because you can live in the property, rent out the other units, and put 3.5% down. However, FHA has a challenge called the self-sufficiency test, which we'll get into in the next slide here. But to combat this problem, or for whatever reason, Fannie and Freddie both decided to reduce their minimum down payments as long as someone occupies one of the units to only 5% down. This is in effect now. We're seeing it happen, and it's a great way to help those buyers get into those multifamily properties with a low down payment. And the part that made FHA better, which is now a problem, is passing that self-sufficiency test. What this is, if you are buying a property that has 3 to 4 units and using an FHA loan, you must show that the complex is self-sufficient, meaning if you take all of the gross potential rents of that property, add them up, they must exceed the mortgage payment, which five years ago, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, that wasn't the problem. But what we're seeing now in places like Los Angeles, Orange County, San Diego, where you have these multifamily properties, the prices are really high and the rents might not cover the entire property, which means FHA doesn't allow you to finance it at all, period. So you're limited to 2 units on FHA, which doesn't have that requirement, or be in a cheap enough area where that's okay. So this is where conventional comes in. It solves that problem where you can do 5% down up to 4 units, no self-sufficiency test. And it's a huge, huge benefit. So quick example of this, of what this self-sufficiency test looks like is if you bought a place for $1 million, 3.5% down, your total estimated payment about $76.50. That means that each unit would have to rent for $19.15 per month or more, which may or may not be the case. If you can find $1 million fourplex that rents for that, and that regardless, that's the challenge we've had with these loans. So that's it. If anybody has any questions, I'm going to go ahead and check the chat, or if you're attending live, you are welcome to unmute yourself with any questions. All right. Well, thank you for attending. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you on the next one.